Now I am going to discuss the poem Call to the River Nile with you and give you a brief understanding of this poem, prescribed for your O-level syllabus. Son of the all-moon mountains, African. Through this line, the poet John Keats portrays the river Nile River, as the son of the all African moon mountains. The river Nile begins from the moon mountains in Africa. As you know, the river Nile begins from the moon mountain in Africa. Writer has compared the river Nile to the son of the all moon mountains African. That is what he has done. The poet uses poetic technical inversion, through which the word order has been changed. Inversion means we change the word order to emphasize something. The all African moon mountain, it should be like that. We don't use adjectives after nouns, we use adjectives before nouns. An adjective is used before a noun. That is the inversion. I have used an arrow to show it to you. What is meant by inversion? It should be like this. The all African moon mountain. Instead of that, ඒ වෙනුවට කවියා වචන මාරු කරලා ලියලා තියෙනවා. All moon mountains African. The poet uses another technical personification. That is, the river is compared to the son of the moon mountain African, giving some human qualities to the river Nile. Writer has given some human qualities to the river Nile by comparing it to the sun. The moon mountains are like parents. According to the poet, moon mountains are just like the parents of the sun. Moreover, the poet uses another technical metaphor, that is, the river is compared to the son of the moon mountains, Africa, directly without using as or like. We know that when we talk about similes, we use as or like. Here, without using as or like, writer has, or the poet has, compared the river Nile to the sun directly. Chief of the pyramid and crocodile. The poet uses another technical personification. The river is compared to the chief of the pyramid and crocodile, giving some human qualities to the river Nile. Moreover, the poet uses another technical metaphor. The river Nile is compared to the chief of the pyramid and crocodile directly, without using as or like. As I told you earlier, pyramid and crocodile are related to the ancient Egyptians who built pyramids for their kings and queens as stone. The poet gives more importance to the river Nile than pyramid and crocodile in this line. He says that river Nile is much more important than pyramid and crocodile. We call the fruitful and that very wide. The poet says that the river Nile is fruitful as the river sustains life along the banks of the river Nile through food and agriculture, while giving the people living along the river banks a mode of transport. Too, therefore, river Nile is considered as a symbol of fertility and prosperity. A desert fills our seeing inward span. Our seeing inward span is our mind eye or our third eye. Poet in this line refers to his imagination. He has some imagination in his mind. His imagination is filled with a desert around the river Nile. Poet has used seeing inward span, which refers to the third eye or our mind eye. In other words, seeing inward span refers to his imagination. The poet has some doubts about the fruitfulness of the river as it flows through a vast desert. He contrasts fruitfulness with barrenness to express doubt. He expresses his doubts because he can't understand why we call it so fruitful, because there is a vast desert which is barren, which is barren. If the river is so fruitful, how do desert along its bank exist? If the river is so full, how can we see a huge or vast desert along its bank? This question troubled his mind. Nurse of thought nation, since the world began, art thou so fruitful? Dost thou beguile such men to honor thee? Who, on with toil, rest for a space, twist, Cairo and they can. This line begins with a rhetorical question. You know, rhetorical questions means writer asks you a question, but you are not given the answer. You are not given the answer. You have to find the answer. The poet says that River Nile, through her magical charm, can deceive people to venerate it as a holy river. River Nile, through its magical charm, deceive people to venerate it. People think or people consider it as God because they can get everything that they need from River Nile. The poet says that river has a rest between Cairo and Deccan. This means that river ends in Cairo and begins in Deccan. He questions about the people who lead a life of hard work, people who worn out with toil, or people who wear out with toil. People engage in hard work, they wear out. They wear out means they decay. That idea is there. and turn towards this natural goal. They engage in hard work, hard labor, and they decay or they wear out. However, they turn towards the river Nile, thinking it as a god, and seek consolation and share their grievances because of the powerful myths around it, because of the powerful myths fabricated around it. People engage in hard work, hard labor, and they need consolation. For that, they turn towards the river Nile, thinking it as a god. Rest for a space may refer to the area which river Nile covers between Cairo and Deccan. The river Nile covers about 5 countries during its journey from Cairo to Deccan. When it flows from Cairo to Deccan, the river Nile flows passing 5 countries during its journey.